Hey guys, what's up? This is Panzer Dragon, and today we'll be doing a patch 4.18 rundown of the changes and giving you my insight on some things. Okay, so first off, Scion. Honestly, I do feel like he's a more powerful champion. He's like more of an initiator, he's more tankier, and he brings a lot of CC. When I played him on a PvE, he didn't have the slow, and he didn't also have the global voice where he when he uses ultimate, that tells everyone that he's using his ultimate. So yeah, I haven't played him since, but I do know before in the PvE, first when he was released, I really liked him a lot, even without the slow. So next thing is Akali. So they removed the armor and magic resist. This means her late game is more worse, I guess, because at late game she had 50 armor and magic resist, and that was, I guess, really strong, especially for an assassin type champion. In the early game, I don't think it really mattered that much. In fact, I think it's a bit better, since 10 armor and magic resist is really nothing, and usually when you used it, you're trying to escape when you're in lane. So that's like an early game buff, but you only get 20% because you leave it at level 1. Other than that, it's a late game nerf. So flashing indicators, flash frost indicators is now there. We'll have to see it in game. It's going to be kind of cooler. Nivea players are happier. And yes, I want to go over the Azure changes because personally I've played them on the PvE and live, and I do want to go over this. So finally, the base attack damage. So if you never had your soldiers up, it was really hard to last hit minions in my opinion. So finally, we're going to get some clarity for that. And now we get some more base attack speed. This is actually really good. I've explained it with Nidalee with their changes to her E. Her base attack speed and how it affects with her E. Same thing goes with Azure. He's going to have more attack speed when he gets the attack speed from his passive and other sorts of attack speed items, since it's kind of multiplicative on your base attack speed. Alright, so Azure, they fixed a lot of bugs, and honestly, if you ever played Azure, I don't really want to go over all of it. You could probably just look it up for yourself, but basically a lot of his things were really buggy. Like it just felt awkward, it felt tedious to play him at times, and it just didn't feel satisfactory. So I'm really glad that with all these changes, he's going to be a fun champ like he's supposed to be when he's released. And he might be, he's at a 43% win rate. This might increase him to like 49 or 50, I don't know. But for sure, definitely check him out after these bug fixes and see where he's at. So Ezreal, he's one of the weaker AD carries. His scaling in the late game is kind of bad since, well, he doesn't have any, like, Trist has long range, also attack speed, and like he doesn't build in Phantom Denters. There's no point. He's like the Triforce kind of thing. Like Corki, at least he's got his true damage from his passive. He's got armor strat and a lot of poke from his R, and still does a lot of damage. But Ezreal, you just need a little buff. So this will probably put him in a better place. And of course, you might see him more in solo queue for sure because of this right here. Not this. This. Maybe. Like, he's still got a good, decent win rate. This will just improve him a bit more. So finally, Gangplank. Now comes in waves instead of randomly putting cannonballs here and here around the circle. So this makes it a bit more consistent. So that's gonna be, I don't know. I don't know the damage of his ultimate. It's like 80 per cannonball, 120. I'm not sure. So it lasts for 6 seconds still, I think. So you're going to get your full 700, 600 damage if they stay in the ultimate, of course, and it's a good way to zone people. Other than that, I don't think he's, not going to be a good champ still, but definitely this helped him a lot, especially with the cooldown later in the game when he puts levels into it. So Kha'Zix got a damage nerf. Ooh, okay. So I think the biggest question you guys are asking is, will he be viable? Well, he does have 5 more damage at level 1. That's nothing. But at level 5, he's gonna he's gonna lose 35 damage into 200 from his 235. I think that's gonna hurt him a lot, especially like dealing wise, maybe. Will he be viable? I don't think he'll be as popular as much as anymore. So just because of this. Definitely still has utility, but this damage nerf, I don't know, maybe people will be looking towards more Q, but probably not, because, you know, this is your main clearing skill. Alright, so Lucian, now he got the mana cost back to his E. With 0 mana in lane, you could literally just trade whenever you wanted to, since it costed 0 mana, and you get like the passive, the double shot onto enemies whenever you wanted. So he was just really good at trading in lane whenever he wanted. Always had an advantage when this was up, of course. So this was needed, I guess, to bring back the mana, so he, you know, has to choose when he wants to trade instead of whenever it's up. Nunu gets some ultimate to show the minimum damage, big deal. Cutthroat should be foot stab or something. It's just, you know, Cutthroat now probably grants assist. Apparently it didn't. I kind of knew about it, but I didn't really care about it. And I think he's still, you know, decent champ. Alright, so here they're going to nerf Tristana this patch again. And what they're doing is basically nerfing her late game potential, as she was just super strong late game. Had a pretty, I think, a decent mid game. And basically, if you or like someone like Lucian or Kate and Tristana fed or was just farming up and catching up to you, even if you won the lane, you kind of lost the late game since you weren't as powerful as her. And so they're just trying to tone that down a bit. The Q change turns, you know, more from a sustained damage to more of a burst of attack speed, as they're trying to lower the 7 seconds to 5 and giving more percent for, you know, more auto attacks with that burst. So that's kind of cool, although it's just 20% less, and of course it's still going to be a nerf. Other than that, I do feel like she's still going to be a good champion. Definitely still has her late game potential too. A bit toned down, and yeah, you'll definitely still see her. Maybe not as much, but you'll definitely see her. Alright, so Victor gets some small bug fixes, and, you know, there was AD Victor, you could currently strike. I don't think his discharge damage would be that high if he was AD Victor, since the skills with AP. So I don't think that was that powerful, but whatever. Wukong gets, you know, sort of a nerf-ish. I don't know. It's not even a nerf. Like, I don't think there's any scenario where I've lost a kill when I was Eing onto someone and I was relying on the 2 other monkey things to hit someone in the bush to get a kill. I don't think that's ever happened to me. So this doesn't really affect him. Still one of my, you know, climbing champs back in the day of season 4. Although I don't pick him that much anymore. I'm kind of sad. But yeah. And so Yasuo receives some nerfs. His base hit point goes down by 50 and base movement speed goes down by 10. The base movement speed actually is considerably something to noteworthy, because he gets bonus movement speed percent from static shift, and so that actually kind of hurts his movement speed and, like, you know, running around places, because like I said, with attack speed, percent multipliers multiply by your base movement speed or attack speed or whatever. So this actually will hurt him a lot more than someone like Ziggs or Kassadin, who, when they nerfed them, their win rate actually went down by 2% or something. I mean, their movement speed, when they nerfed their movement speed, they went down by like 1%, 1.5% win rate. So I think this will impact him a bit more than those 2 champions. And of course the base health. He still has his flow, so that kind of gives him like temporary 70, I think it's like 50 or 70 health at level 1, I'm not sure. I don't play him that much, but yeah, he still has that. But 50 health is, I think that's really a lot. And if, say, you were all inning at level 1 for some reason, that's 1 auto attack less for the enemy to get in onto you, since you don't have 512 health anymore. Other than that, this will definitely hurt his level 1 and so on, his early game, and a bit of his mid game, but late game he's still going to be strong. So that's basically it for the patch rundown. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, hope to see you guys next time.